Meet the wildest member of the Audi A3 family. This is the S3 Sportback, a 2-litre turbocharged all-wheel drive hot hatch, and we've brought it to the wilds of Western Tasmania to test it out. The S3 Sportback is the brand's take on a high-performance hatchback, rivaling the likes of Benz's A45 AMG and BMW's M135i. It certainly has the looks to take them on, with an aggressive exterior styling pack including sharper front and rear bumpers, bigger 18-inch wheels, and quad exhaust tips. Inside, it doesn't feel terribly different to a regular A3. Now that can be good and bad. Good because the regular A3 is quite a pretty and technical and comfortable place to be, but also not so good because it's all a little bit bland. Now, there are optional packages which can tart it up a little bit, like these red bolstered seats like I've got in here and red stitching on the steering wheel and doors, but the base car doesn't quite have that appeal, which you might expect of a $60,000 hot hatch. It makes up for it though when you put your foot down. The engine offers almost instantaneous response and a nice linear power delivery through the rev range. It's powered by a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder with 206 kilowatts of power and 380 newton-meters of torque. That puts it down on power compared to some European rivals, but it's also down on price, starting at $59,900 plus costs. And boy oh boy is it quick. The claim is 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, and I've got to say I believe that claim. Because it's all-wheel drive, there is plenty of grip through the corners, although on the slipperier, greasier roads we've been encountering today, we have found it can lose its calm a little bit if you push it too hard. But that's pretty much any car in these conditions. But because it does have that extra grip, it means it does hunker down well. And the steering, well, it's pretty damn good. There's lots of feel to it, and in dynamic mode in particular, it's very well weighted. Not only does the gearbox help make those lovely little puff sounds, but it also shifts well, and it doesn't offer quite as much of that hesitancy that we've come to expect of dual clutch automatic gearboxes from the Volkswagen Group in slower speed traffic, which is good. Some of the negatives include quite a bit of road noise, as you can probably hear. I also found that the car I drove with the magnetic ride control, which is an option, wasn't quite perfect. In fact, it felt a little bit compromised by that suspension system. In comfort mode it wasn't very comfortable, and in dynamic mode it just proved almost bouncy. In the car I'm in now, which has the regular suspension, it's actually a much better compromise. It is firm and you do feel the bumps, but it's never uncomfortable, which is a key thing for a hot hatch. They're supposed to be both practical and have plenty of performance. Perhaps the most bemusing thing about the S3 Sportback is where it fits in terms of its rivals, because it doesn't really have any direct competitors. There's the Mercedes A45 AMG and BMW M135i, both of which are more expensive and more performance focused. I guess we'll have to wait for an RS3, which could pose a real threat to those cars. However, in isolation, the S3 is quite a good compromise.